Hello, and welcome to the tutorial. How to configure an individual user. Configuring the properties of an individual user in HostPilot is simple. Start by clicking on Users. In order to see the particular properties of a user, just click on his or her name on the list. The first thing you'll notice is that each of the services you've provisioned has its own tab. And if you click on that tab, you can configure the individual application for this user. A few other administrative housekeeping tasks that can be accomplished from this screen. You can reset the user's password, edit the user's password settings, edit basic metadata, adjust permissions, and of course, you can disable this user, all from this single location. Click one of these applications and you'll get a sense of the amount of configuration you can do at the app level. Start with Exchange. First, you'll notice you can forward this user's mail. Choose the distribution lists of which you'll want this user to be a member. You can manage mailbox permissions and access all from this location. Now, these are functions that are typically very deep inside an Exchange administrator's manual, but HostPilot brings them forward because they're common admin functions, and you should be able to perform those functions without having to get into the guts of each of the individual services each time. You can also add additional services for the user. For example, the user may have a mobile device, and from here you can enable ActiveSync. We've built mobile device management right into HostPilot, so you won't need to purchase a solution from another vendor. Click the ActiveSync button, and that provisioning request happens in real time. This sends the provisioning request back to the Exchange server to enable ActiveSync and back to the Active Directory server to synchronize that change. Now you'll notice that there's some new functionality here. You can now remote wipe this device by clicking Wipe next to the desired device. You can also go in and configure the ActiveSync policy for this particular user. This screen contains every option, from defining whether or not a device is required to have a password to whether or not you require the data on the device to be encrypted, all the way through a number of other mobile device management properties as it relates to this user specifically. You can enforce a company-wide policy, which is what's currently set up for this user, or you can enforce a custom policy that applies just to this particular user. Click on ActiveSync Policies, then click Add Custom ActiveSync Policy. Here you can give your custom policy a name and choose the settings you want for this policy. When done, click Add Policy, and then you can add individual users to this custom policy instead of the company-wide policy. It's that easy. Thanks for watching.